does happen in many parts of the world.
It's about state, it's about society.
Jet fuel needs its own specific dedicated infrastructure.
Presenting in-depth commentaries, interviews and discussions of the major current affairs issues, both domestically and internationally. Issues ranging across politics, bureaucracy, the environment and economy.
This news program is proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Now Biscuits.
Pangu General Secretary calls for calm as VONC looms. Telecom Limited CEO on SIM upgrades. And Kerowagi Cultural Show officially launched today. A very good evening. This is National EMTV News. I'm Natasha Voy. Thank you for joining us. The General Secretary for Pangu Party, Maurice Tovebaye, is calling on party members and supporters to remain calm despite the vote of no confidence this Thursday. He emphasized that everyone should respect the democratic process on which the party was built on.
With the looming vote of no confidence against Prime Minister James Marape that will be taking place on Thursday from now, the General Secretary for Pangu Party, Dogimai Maurice Tovebaye, has made a public appeal to all members and supporters of Pangu Party to remain calm and understanding. In a statement, Mr. Tovebaye emphasized the importance of upholding democratic values and supporting the party's leadership during the crucial period. He has encouraged the party members to remain patient at this time. He said the process may seem frustrating and distressing. However, he has urged the members to have collective mindset and understand that this is the democratic process in which Pangu Party was built on. He has also acknowledged Prime Minister on hosting the Pope who visited Papua New Guinea recently. Samantha Solomon, National EMTV News.
Gary Seddon is now appointed as Air Niugini's permanent chief executive officer after serving as acting boss.
Mr. Seddon has been serving in an acting capacity and has now been confirmed by the government as the permanent chief executive officer following a comprehensive selection process conducted by the shareholder Kumul Consolidate Holdings. During his tenure as interim chief executive officer, Gary has overseen significant milestones, including the fleet replacement program with Airbus and Boeing aircraft, enhancement of route network, and a renewed focus on customer service excellence. The chairman and board of directors are confident that under Gary's leadership, Air Niugini will continue to strengthen its role as Papua New Guinea's national carrier and deliver on its mission to connect the nation with the world. Mr. Seddon expressed his gratitude to the government, the Prime Minister, and the Minister for State-Owned Enterprises, saying he is deeply honored to take on the role of the Chief Executive Officer at Air Niugini on a permanent basis. Minister for State-Owned Enterprise William Dumas said the state-owned enterprises are responsible for competent, reliable service delivery at affordable prices. James Guken, National EMTV News.
The Telecom Limited CEO Amos Tappi gave an update on the ongoing Ready SIM upgrade exercise. He said the exercise is anticipated to conclude this week. Mr. Tappi noted positive outcome for the upgrading of SIM cards from 2G with mobile numbers starting with 75 or 76 to a 4G Blue SIM.
So far in POM, we have done more SIM upgrade in the last, compared last year and previous year. We've actually tripled the SIM upgrade. And most of the SIM from the 2G has been now moved from 100,000 subscribers who are using the SIM 2G, 3G have now been moved over to 4G. And we have only 2,000 remaining.
The CEO noted changes in the use of mobile phones, saying that customers now utilize their data services more than their call services.
So everyone wants to now feel the 4G LTE experience. So it means they already migrated over to 4G. So you got only 2,000, and that 2,000 is just basically it's going to go off. But we've seen more usage on the data as well because they migrated from the voice only. Now they're going over to the data. So the new technology has also changed the landscape of how people communicate.
Although recently announced that the Ready SIM upgrade exercise will cease on Wednesday the 14th of August. With the considerable work at hand, Mr. Tepi made this note.
Yes, SIM upgrade is complete. It's only 2,000, and we're looking at to conclude it by end of this week.
Locals reported that the situation at Lake Copiago in Hela province is dire, with recent heavy rainfall causing massive flooding since last month. This had destroyed crops, especially from gardens in the lowlands, leaving families in need of food. Locals are now calling for immediate relief assistance of food, water, and for some shelter. The Lake Copiago constituency comprises of 7 council wards with approximately 25,000 people whose daily lives are currently being affected by the dangerous weather. Chairman of the Papal Visit Committee, Rosario Menezes, clarified that the 15 million kina allocated by the government was utilized as service fees for service providers during the papal visit. He thanked the government and all who made an effort to contribute towards the successful visit of the Pope.
Bishop Rosario Menezes said the 15 million kina allocated by the government was not given to the Catholic Church in cash or check, rather was the service fee they paid to service providers for the Pope's visit.
Your government has spent a lot of money. We don't know exactly, but they allocated 15 million here in events for the Port Moresby and 10 million to Wanimo. Yeah, so but the cash, it was not the cash which was given to us. They paid all the service providers from the government. I think that is the rule from the government. But they also gave to the Archdiocese of Port Moresby 1.4 million for all the expenses around. CBC also put aside 1.5 million for this event.
He thanked the government and the Catholic youths to organize the 3-day papal visit.
I think I don't call it a duty, but out of content heart, I want to say thank you to all those who contributed towards making this visit a very successful one. Just to conclude, I want to especially thank the children and the youth. We saw how much, only 30 minutes of the presence of the Holy Father, but they prepared for almost 4 months. Many times when you had the meeting here, they said, oh, Pope is going to be with us only 30 minutes. We are preparing. I said, even 5 minutes will be very precious.
Adding on to that, Bishop Otto Separi said the people of Papua New Guinea should take into heart the Pope's message to maintain peace in the country.
Those of you who were at the Mass, those who participated in the Mass, he was emphasizing peace. Peace. He said the word peace 3 times. And it was echoed very loudly to all the Papua New Guineans listening. So I want to take on that up, and I want to encourage all of us in one way or another. We must promote peace. Peace in our homes, peace in our communities, peace in wherever we are working in walks of life.
Bishop Separi said it is a timely visit as PNG will be celebrating its 50th Golden Jubilee Independence next year, and his message of peace should remain in everyone's heart. James Guken, National EMTV News.
National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Start your day the smart way with the new Smart Start Breakfast Biscuit. Whether you are busy or on a budget, Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits gives you a healthy and affordable breakfast to set you up for school or play. Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits are fortified with essential vitamins for body or brain health. They contain vitamin A for healthy growth and development, vitamin B6 for healthy metabolism, immune system and brain development, and vitamin B12 for nerve and cell health. Proudly made by Paradise Foods.
At Telecom, we're boosting our network. Households will enjoy better connections. Communities will get faster speeds and wider coverage. And business will profit from new towers and a more secure network. Plus, everyone will benefit from onshore storage that brings browsing home. It's all part of our ongoing billion kina nationwide investment. It feels good to be building a faster, stronger network for PNG.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Hennau, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
We are your total advertising provider. We are your trusted classifieds provider in PNG, providing print directory services to our customers since the inception of Telecom PNG in this country. Our customers are our assets. To give more value to our customers, we are now introducing the online classifieds, which covers both yellow and white pages. Get your business online now. It provides easy, accessible, and convenient service to all your customers. For all your advertising needs, call 325-8344 or email sales@yellowpages.com.pg. Yellow Pages, your total advertising provider for all your advertising needs.
MTV presents Go-To Fusion Season 11 to 24. The Top 5 airs this Sunday at 7:30. Stay tuned to your number one to watch, MTV.
You're watching National EMTV News. Prime Minister James Marape has strongly condemned provincial member for Gulf Sir Chris Haitheta for what he describes as an attempt to mislead the citizens in the lead-up to the vote of no confidence.
Prime Minister James Marape said it's quite obvious that Sir Chris is misleading the people of PNG on the eve of the VONC with a last-minute attempt to portray himself as a savior of the people when history shows very well that he is far from that. He said the country is not on the brink of financial collapse, thus he will not resign because Chris wants him to. Prime Minister Marape emphasized that the country's financial affairs are fully transparent and there is no basis for the claims made by Sir Chris. He said nothing regarding the financial state of the country is hidden and everything is transparent. The final budget outcomes of the last 5 years shows that his government has a very high level of achievement. Prime Minister also pointed out that running a deficit budget is not a new strategy for the country and criticized Sir Chris' claim as baseless and politically motivated. He outlined the robust budget management systems currently in place, underscoring the weekly meetings of the Budget Management Committee and the active oversight of the Public Debt Committee. Prime Minister further said Chris and his opposition colleagues of engaging in a smear campaign for political gain rather than addressing real governance issues. Prime Minister closed his remarks by calling on Sir Chris to present his case in Parliament. Samantha Solomon, National EMTV News.
The National Cultural Commission presented 10,000 kina to the Mambu Nagaramut Culture Festival today.
The Mambu Nagaramut Festival is a yearly festival that falls on the 12th to 14th of September. The festival is an initiative by the National Cultural Commission since 2005.
That's our initiative, so whether we have money or not, we are here to support it and the community to at least showcase our culture every year.
Receiving the check on behalf of the Acting Executive Director Division of Culture and Arts was the Acting Protocol Officer of ECPIC Provincial Government and Administration, Mr. Patrick Nack.
So now we decided to go rural and give opportunity to the rural people to showcase their culture. So we are giving the shows and festivals at the village and community level at all the rural settings.
The Executive Director of NCC said 80 to 90% of the festivals established around the country are from the rural settings.
I came in yesterday, then I called into the office, so the arrangement was made for me to represent the National Karamut and Mambu Festival Committee to receive the sponsorship.
This year will mark the 19 years of the festival and it has been hosted only in the ECPIC province. Malinta Yopolo, National EMTV News.
The 2024 Kerowagi Culture Show has officially been launched today with a certificate of affiliation presented to the member for Kerowagi by the National Cultural Commission.
The Kerowagi Cultural Show will now be added onto the 87 existing cultural festivals in the country and will be observed as a national event.
We should talk about our culture. To market this country, we should market the culture. The culture is very important. It's our identity and it's our pride.
The launching of the cultural show falls in line with the district's aim to achieve the government's goals. The member for Kerowagi said the launching is also a milestone for the district and will be one of the priority areas.
We have a lot of beauties of that culture in Kerowagi, but sometimes it's isolated because there is no exposure.
Yes.
So I think this program is very good because we'll try and expose some of this beautiful culture, our culture, to the national and even to the international arena, to the international scene. So
he said the date of the Kerowagi Cultural Show will be announced as soon as possible. Malinta Yopolo, National EMTV News.
Director of Life PNG Care, Colin Pake, has called on the government to invest in children now to see a positive change in the future.
The director of Life PNG Care said he is confident in children to change this country.
To change Papua New Guinea, I don't believe in changing government in vote of no confidence. I don't have no confidence in the vote of no confidence as a citizen. Papua New Guinea is not hanging up in political change. The people, the socio-economic development of this country is very, very fundamental and key. So to change a country, to change a nation, we have to change a generation.
He said children are the asset of this country.
If we don't change these children, there is no tomorrow for Papua New Guinea. Let's not hope for gold and all those minerals that people are putting high hopes. These children are the key assets and the valuable resource that this country has. If we don't invest in these children, if we don't believe in these children, there is no tomorrow. Tomorrow is today.
He also stressed that the Lukautim Pikinini Act is not implemented in PNG.
Even though government say Lukautim Pikinini Act, they are saying the street situation, kids in a street situation, they call them ward of the state. It's like state property. They spell it out in the law. But they are not actually implementing and impacting the children.
Esther Gane, National EMTV News.
Best Gear Trading Limited has donated food items at a cost of over 50,000 kina to Cheshire Disability Services, Life PNG Care and the Laloki Psychiatric Hospital today. This is an ongoing donation for many years under the annual charity donation drive.
Each year, a budget is set aside by Best Gear Trading Limited for such donations during Easter periods, independence celebrations, and Christmas. The Best Gear team started off with Cheshire Disability Services this morning. Food items worth of 17,700 kina was donated, followed by Life PNG Care. Another 17,700 kina worth of goods were presented. While receiving the donation, Director Colin Parker thanked Best Gear Trading Limited.
Papua New Guinea today, the economy is very tough and challenging. To buy a 110 kg rice bag, you cannot sustain a 5 family in a house. Family home care, we have almost 54 kids here. And our rice bag, 110 kg, just lasts us 2 days. For Thomas to give us that continuous support, I'm very speechless.
The final donation today was at Laloki Psychiatric Hospital. While receiving the food items, the Chief Executive Officer of Laloki Psychiatric Hospital said the donation will help them cut costs on spending.
In terms of budget that's been allocated every year for the hospital, the essential component part for which is patient care, especially the ration, is one of the major components that we usually suffer from because of the big deduction that in goods of services. Baby Chun, the mega development that we usually got, our orders for patients ration from, and now we are with Best Gear. That's to appreciate what they have done and what they've been doing.
She said a memorandum of agreement was signed as a way of giving back to the company. After the entire donation, the managing director of Best Gear said they should not thank him but thank God for this donation.
Everything business for me, I'm a Papa God give me. But me got money, blow it, 7 people. For many here, now starting sample money colonel. Bless me, look out the Papa Mama beginning, now left the sample coins, learning business again, supporting people again. Me by make your same.
Meanwhile, following a donation of food items to Mulitaka during the landslide, the company will also donate 1,000 blankets to the people of Mulitaka in the coming weeks. Esther Gane, National EMTV News.
Now we take a look at the Nesfan market report. The kina closed lower at $0.2563 US in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, your kina was buying $0.2488 US, 0.3701 Australian dollars, 0.2166 euro, and 35.1 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, gold is trading lower, coffee closed lower, cocoa closed lower, copra closed unchanged, palm oil closed higher, crude oil is trading lower, and copper closed higher. On the stock market, the Dow Jones closed lower, the ASX 200 is trading lower, and the All Ordinaries is trading lower. National MTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Dear son, you ask me how I live such a good life. Yes, I've had some good luck, like the day I met your mother. But it wasn't always that way. I've made some good choices too, like working hard and keeping my super with NASFAN. They looked after it for me, which meant I could concentrate on looking after my family. Living each day, knowing that when the time came, I'd be ready for tomorrow. Love, Dad.
Enjoy more talk, more text, and more time online with Telecom More Bundles. Choose from 8 plans ranging from 3 kina with 600 megabytes of data all the way up to 75 kina, loaded with a massive 35 gig. Best of all, each plan comes with an unlimited on-network call minutes plus on-net and off-net talk and text. That's way more time to chat with family and friends. Telecom More Bundles. Top up now.
Celebrating 49 Independence Day Blayu, one-time Harwich Hypermarket Lucky Draw. Shopping lo Harwich Gardens or Vision City, napa you got sans long winning plenty good pela prize. Money mark 150,000 kina, one-time grand prize Toyota Vanguard SUV. Spending 50 kina or more, write him name, one-time phone number Blayu backside long receipt, na tromo inside long entry box, long got sans. No can miss out. Hurry up na come shopping now. Harwich Hypermarket, where your kina buys more. Terms and conditions is stop.
At Telecom, we're boosting our network. Households will enjoy better connections, and business will profit from new towers and a more secure network. It feels good to be building a faster, stronger network for PNG.
Protect what you love.
If you want to protect your future, get an HIV test.
But what if I found out I have HIV?
Even if you're positive, you can get treatment to keep you healthy.
Let's get tested so we can plan for our future.
It's the best way to protect what you love.
Protect what you love.
Hi, I'm John Dangi. Join me weekly at 7 p.m. every Tuesday nights on House and Home as we talk about pet care, health and fitness, home improvement ideas, future stories, pick a book, Heart of Man, and everything to do with home and lifestyle. That's House and Home, 7 p.m. Tuesday nights on your number one to watch, MTV.
You're watching National MTV News. The 3-to-1 Lotto tickets can now be purchased directly from Telecom mobile phones. This follows the launch of the 3-to-1 Lotto on Telecom Mobile today. Announcing this today was the CEO for Telecom Limited, Amos Tepi.
This morning we want to talk about 3-to-1 Lotto will be using the USSD code. It's just a platform like what normally we do with Power EasyPay system. It's a platform that 3-to-1 Lotto will use our USSD code to basically get all the customers to purchase 3-to-1 Lotto using our USSD code.
Mr. Tapi stated that the partnership is a commercial arrangement for both parties' financial gain, with approval from the National Gaming Board. He also highlighted the charity support included in this arrangement.
Whatever we're doing, the post-PNG or Telecom, it's all about we want to support a charity that, in partnership with the National Gaming Board, where through 3-1, make sure the charity benefits is out to all the people in the country as well. So that's something we want to make clear. It's not about us doing this business, but I think what 3-1 and in partnership with approval from National Gaming Board is to make sure there is a charity benefit is going out to those selected charity organizations.
Head of Sales and Marketing for Telecom Limited highlighted the process included.
Menu, when you type in *321# and send, it'll bring up the menu. The first step is going to ask you, are you over 18? Which you have to answer yes, otherwise you do not get through. The second one is that you can then, once you've selected a purchase, you can select your 6 numbers that you want to have in the draw. So you've got to enter each of those 6 numbers into it as well. It'll confirm the charge. What Telecom do charge, there's a 50 Toya concierge charge for using the platform for each ticket that you do. To be transparent, so if it's a 230 kina ticket, you've got the 230 kina plus the 50 Toya as your total charge. Once you've selected yes and you've got sufficient balance in your Telecom wallet, you'll receive an SMS confirming your numbers, confirming your unique ticket number, that you have got a valid ticket in that specific draw that you've selected as well. That's the SMS that you take through to 3-1 Lotto, and they will validate as the winning ticket as well. And when you've got to re-register yourself or re-identify yourself as the user of that and the winning ticket as well.
Acknowledging the partnership, the Chief Executive Officer for 3-1 Lotto had this to say.
For us, it's exactly the same service. It's just an alternative payment method. More importantly, we also focus around our KYC. So customers, if you're on the outer stations or outside Port Moresby, you can still facilitate the cash outs. We utilise the post-PNG's SMK money transfer system.
Winning players are advised to visit the nearest 3-1 Lotto shop or authorised agent such as Post-PNG with their mobile phone ticket and a valid ID to claim the prizes. With a strict condition that participants must be over 18 years of age, 3-1 Lotto Chief Operations Officer Aaron Egan emphasized on measures in place to ensure the age limit is met.
The ticket that we're facilitating through the USSD service operates in the same component as if it was a physical ticket. So at the point of cash out through our registered agents as well as the post-PNG, they take the necessary steps which we have provided through training to confirm that they are over the age of 18 to then facilitate that payment. In the event that they aren't over the age of 18, we also take necessary steps to void the ticket or ensure that they have someone coming in that is over the age of 18. So all of our outlets that facilitate the cash out services, wherever they are located, are well trained to obviously understand that players must be 18 to cash out. Yeah. And we check all IDs at that point of cash out.
And now moving to overseas news. Pope Francis will today hold the biggest event of his 12-day regional tour, celebrating Mass with hundreds and thousands of worshippers in Delhi. His arrival in Timor-Leste promoted ecstatic scenes in the deeply Catholic nation. But activists are watching closely to see if he'll talk publicly about church sex abuse victims.
The scenes here in Timor-Leste have been extraordinary ever since Pope Francis touched down. People have been lining every street that he drives along, trying to catch a glimpse of him, trying to wave at him. Now, his first engagement on the 3 days that he's in Timor-Leste is here in the presidential palace. He is meeting the nation's leaders. Pope Francis says that this visit to deeply Catholic Timor-Leste is all about spiritual renewal.
Oh, we are very happy to see our Pope come here.
Oh my God, I cannot say anything. I have no word to say. Even it was the car was so quickly, but you know, it's No words to say. Speechless for East Timor people, actually.
Pope Francis has a very busy itinerary here in Dili over the next couple of days. But one thing that some activists here are watching for is whether or not he publicly acknowledges victims of child sex abuse. There have been a couple of high-profile cases involving church leaders in Timor in the past few years, and an NGO group has circulated an open letter asking him to, at the very least, publicly acknowledge the issue.
I'm optimistic because the Pope Francis has doing some of statement in the past that asking to stop for sexual abuse that committed by the church leader.
It's fair to say, though, that most people here are just ecstatic that there is another papal visit, the first one in more than 3 decades. And believe it or not, 700,000 people are supposed to be celebrating Mass with Pope Francis on Tuesday. Even if the number is only a third of that, it will still be a huge gathering of people all in one place.
Typhoon Yagi made landfall in Vietnam on Saturday after tearing through Philippines and China, killing dozens of people and causing extensive damage to homes and infrastructure.
Well, Typhoon Yagi has now been downgraded to a tropical depression, but it's left an absolute trail of destruction in its wake right across Asia. This is the biggest storm that Asia has seen this year, and it's actually the second biggest in the world after Cyclone Beryl. It first hit the Philippines about a week ago, causing a huge amount of damage there and killing 20 people. It then intensified, it doubled in strength and moved towards the Chinese island of Hainan, which is a tourist island. It's often called China's Hawaii. And despite the fact that authorities there had managed to evacuate hundreds of thousands of people from their homes, sadly 4 people were killed and there was a huge amount of damage done to infrastructure, something like $100 million worth. Typhoon Yagi then made landfall in Vietnam on Saturday afternoon, bringing with it these strong winds, 200 kilometres an hour, that just tore the roofs from buildings, tore trees from the ground and whipped up these massive waves. It caused floods and landslides right across, particularly the north of the country. And some of the scenes that are emerging from Vietnam are absolutely harrowing. A passenger bus carrying 20 people was just swept into a swollen river, and a major bridge collapsed into the Red River, and with it, cars, trucks and motorbikes all just plunged into the water. Many of those people were rescued, but some are still missing. So that death toll continues to climb by the hour, and it's possible that it could continue to climb even further. And aside from that devastating human toll, there's been a big impact on infrastructure right across Vietnam. The provinces that were hardest hit in the country's north are major industrial hubs. They have factories for some huge companies like LG, they suppliers for Apple, so this is likely to have big economic impacts. And the storm also did major damage to infrastructure, telecommunications infrastructure and power infrastructure. Something like 5.7 million people lost power. And even though much of that has now been restored, the rest of the damage across the country is only now being counted. They're only just now realising what the full scale of this is. So I'm sure that it will take much, much longer to rebuild after this. And even though this has now been downgraded to a tropical depression, it's not over yet. Authorities are saying that we can expect more rain, more flooding, more landslides that could move throughout Asia. So it'll be a nervous wait for the entire region.
Venezuelan opposition figure Maria Corina Machado says she will remain in the country after her party's presidential candidate, Edmundo Gonzalez, goes into exile.
Mr. Gonzalez arrived in Spain yesterday after an arrest warrant was issued over July's disputed election results. Venezuelan authorities say the incumbent, Nicolas Maduro, won the vote, but they've not released detailed voting data to back it up. Maria Corina Machado says she will continue the fight for democracy in Venezuela, while Edmundo Gonzalez will support her actions from abroad.
The departure of Edmundo from some people's perspectives is that it may increase the risk about, I don't know. But in any case, I've decided to stay in Venezuela and accompany the fight from here, while he does it from abroad with actions that he can now do directly and not digitally as we have been doing so far.
Since the election, there's been a growing number of Venezuelans fleeing to the Brazilian border town of Pacaraima. Those attempting to leave Venezuela say political tensions are behind their decision to leave the country.
We planned on travelling already, but this election was another reason. Because obviously, if the country was as it was, I don't think it will improve, as the same government continues.
A regular day in my life in Venezuela was terrible. Most days we didn't have anything to eat and would receive food bags from the government. This was the only aid that we had. So I decided to come to Brazil. I know God has something good for me here.
National MTV News continues after the break with Chukai Sports. Stay with us.
They're gold nuggets. There's a flavor for everyone. The best tasting snack. Get a burst of gold nuggets. Cheese flavor.
Mega wow.
Chicken flavor.
Mega wow.
Cheese onion flavor.
Mega wow.
Barbecue flavor. Mega wow.
When you're on the go, one more. One more.
Get that burst of gold nuggets flavor.
Mega wow.
Hilton Port Moresby Hotel and Residence. Hilton Port Moresby Hotel and Residence. Your stay, your house, your home.
At Telecom, we're boosting our network. Households will enjoy better connections. Communities will get faster speeds and wider coverage. And business will profit from new towers and a more secure network. Plus, everyone will benefit from onshore storage that brings browsing home. It's all part of our ongoing billion kina nationwide investment. It feels good to be building a faster, stronger network for PNG.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always Trukai. Trukai, true inspiration through generations.
MTV presents Vocal Fusion Season 11, 2024. The Top 5 airs this Sunday at 7:30. Stay tuned to your number one to watch, MTV.
Trukai Sports.
Welcome to Chukai Sports. The Santos Cup, PNG's premier national women's rugby league competition, is set to host an exciting first-ever grand final showdown this weekend.
The stage is set for the Goroka-Lanis to battle against Central Dabaris for the win in what promises to be a historic match. This big event of the Santos Cup not only highlights the increasing popularity and competitive spirit of women's rugby league in PNG, but also underscores the country's commitment to enhancing women's sports. The Lanis have shown remarkable prowess and determination throughout the season, making their way to the final with commendable performances against tough competitors. As anticipation builds, fans across the nations are rallying behind their teams, eager to witness a spectacle of top-tier rugby. The event is not just a game but a celebration of the strength, resilience and sportsmanship of women athletes in PNG. With the backing of major sponsors and a growing fan base, the Santos Cup Grand Final is set to be a landmark event in the 2024 sports calendar, promising thrilling action and inspiring performances. Jonathan Sibona, Trukai Sports.
Papua New Guinea Rugby Football League Chief Executive Officer Stanley Hondina has praised the efforts of the 6 teams who participated in the inaugural national women's competition at the Santos Cup.
With the competition running for the first time, PNG Rugby Football League CEO Stanley Hondina said he is happy to see the talent and the elevation of women's game through the Santos Cup. Hondina further stated that teams have played their hearts out over the first 5 weeks of competition, and PNG RFL commends them for their performances and grit through the first season. The Santos Cup regular season ended on Saturday, seeing the Central Dabaris finish at the top of the ladder and the Lace Necks Tigers, Goroka-Lanis and Port Moresby Vipers following a 2nd, 3rd and 4th place respectively. He also congratulated the Central Dabaris and the Goroka-Lanis who will face off in the first ever Santos Cup Grand Final this Sunday. Hondina also expressed his gratitude towards the partners of the game who have invested and driven the women's game to this milestone year. The partners include Santos, the Australian government through Pacific Oil Sports, Kumul Mineral Holdings Limited, who invested into the Women's Rugby League, has seen the game evolve exponentially in the last 4 years. Jonathan Sibona, Trukai Sports.
The Port Moresby Soccer Association ran its Round 2 Week 17 matches last weekend on Ground 1 at the Bisini Soccer Grounds in Port Moresby. Ground 2 issues have been rectified and will be used this weekend.
The Week 17 matches result in the following divisions from last weekend played on Ground 1 in the Women's Premier matches on Saturday. Munkas vs City Strikers won with 3 points to 0. Genesis vs Finance drew 0. Bismarck vs Erima Flyover won with 3 points to 0. On Sunday, Boda vs Keleruna Maidens won with 3 points to 0. University SC vs Murat NCD won with 1 points to 0. Whilst in the men's premier on Saturday, Munkas vs Momase won with 5 points to 0 and PS Roots vs Blue Kumuls won with 4 points to 1. On Sunday, Leylam vs Genesis drew 2 points, Bismarck vs Solomon United won with 4 points to 2, and City Strikers vs University SC won with 3 points to 1. With only Ground 1 used last weekend, the Premiers and Men's Division 1 ran. For the Men's Division 1, Saturday saw Keleruna, Rapatona, Bosco South and Amalabang LPS draw 1 point in their matches, with C. Edla winning its match with 2 points to 0 against the Goldie Gunners. Meanwhile, on Sunday, Murat and Vesu Beai Aupa draw 0. Claire Mauta, Trukai Sports.
Trukai Sports continues after the break. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports. Share the love with Gullah Ice Cream, Gullah Cone Ice Creams, Gullah Stick Ice Creams, and Gullah Classic Tub Ice Creams. Happiness begins with the Gullah range of fun flavors which create taste adventures and excitement with every bite. Treat yourself. Share with a friend while chilling. The whole family will enjoy. Everyone has their favorite. Which one is yours? Share the love with Gullah Ice Creams.
Join the Abel's Mega Lucky Draw 2024 today. Get a chance to drive one of 2 brand new Suzuki Espresso Mini SUV, 2 winners of 5,000 Kina cash, and 2 winners of brand new desktop computers. To join the raffle, just spend 200 Kina worth of any Able laptops, desktop computers and accessories, printing supplies, small appliance, and many more. Grand draw is on December 30th, 2024. So hurry, visit your nearest Able stores or call the numbers on your screen to know more details. Don't miss out. Join Abel's Mega Lucky Draw now.
Dear son, you ask me how I live such a good life. Yes, I've had some good luck, like the day I met your mother. But it wasn't always that way. I've made some good choices too, like working hard and keeping my super with NAS Fund. They looked after it for me, which meant I could concentrate on looking after my family. Living each day, knowing that when the time came, I'd be ready for tomorrow. Love, Dad.
Enjoy more talk, more text, and more time online with Telecom More Bundles. Choose from 8 plans ranging from 3 Kina with 600 megabytes of data all the way up to 75 Kina, loaded with a massive 35 gig. Best of all, each plan comes with an unlimited on-network call minutes plus on-net and off-net talk and text. That's way more time to chat with family and friends. Telecom More Bundles. Top up now.
Boys, what are you doing? Eating without me. So it's not yours for that. Yeah. Want some? Thanks, brother. Yeah, jump in. Nice noodles. Taster. Why do you like it more?
Hi, I'm Jen Dangi. Join me weekly at 7 p.m. every Tuesday night on House and Home as we talk about pet care, health and fitness, home improvement ideas, future stories, pick a book, Out of Man, and everything to do with home and lifestyle. That's House and Home, 7 p.m. Tuesday nights on your number one to watch, EMTV.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always Trukai. Trukai, true inspiration through generations.
You're watching Trukai Sports. Now moving to overseas sports. Australia's bid, the qualifying for football's biggest stage in 2026, hits an early speed bump to Bram Gold Coast last Thursday.
Australia's bid to directly qualify for football's biggest stage in 2026 hit an early speed bump with a dire 1-0 home loss to Bahrain on the Gold Coast last Thursday. The Socceroos also came under fire for their lack of creativity against the world number 80. They had 70% of the ball but fired just 4 tamed shots on goal. The Socceroos' official pre-match training session was also called off due to torrential rain. Australia instead had to return to their training base for their final session.
That ends Trukai Sports. The Morning Plus weather report is next. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports. Trukai Sports.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always Trukai. Trukai, true inspiration through generations.
At Telecom, we're boosting our network. Households will enjoy better connections, and business will profit from new towers and a more secure network. It feels good to be building a faster, stronger network for PNG.
We are your total advertising provider. We are your trusted classifieds provider in PNG, providing print directory services to our customers since the inception of Telecom PNG in this country. Our customers are our assets. To give more value to our customers, we are now introducing the online classifieds, which covers both yellow and white pages. Get your business online now. It provides easy, accessible, and convenient service to all your customers. For all your advertising needs, call 325-8344 or email sales@yellowpages.com.pg. Yellow Pages, your total advertising provider for all your advertising needs.
Join the Abels Mega Lucky Draw 2024 today. Get a chance to drive one of 2 brand new Suzuki Espresso Mini SUV, 2 winners of 5,000 Kina cash, and 2 winners of brand new desktop computers. To join the raffle, just spend 200 Kina worth of any Able laptops, desktop computers and accessories, printing supplies, small appliance, and many more. The grand draw is on December 30th, 2024. So hurry, visit your nearest Able stores or call the numbers on your screen to know more details. Don't miss out. Join Abel's Mega Lucky Draw now.
Protect what you love.
If you want to protect your future, get an HIV test.
But what if I found out I have HIV?
Even if you're positive, you can get treatment to keep you healthy.
Let's get tested so we can plan for our future.
It's the best way to protect what you love.
Protect what you love.
MTV presents Vocal Fusion Season 11, 2024. The Top 5 airs this Sunday at 7:30. Stay tuned to your number one to watch, MTV.
Dreaming for more than the life we've known. There is more to what the future holds. You may hold him and walk one time. Oh, 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 oh. We dare to believe in incredible things. Oh, 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 oh. With money plus we're ready to go.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
And now the weather report for the next 24 hours. In the southern region, Port Moresby City, partly cloudy and possible inland thunderstorm. Daru, mostly fine. Kerema, partly cloudy with chances of rain showers and possible thunderstorm. Alotau, partly cloudy with some rain showers and drizzles. And Popondetta, mostly fine to partly cloudy. In the Momase region, Ley City, partly cloudy with possible brief showers. Medang, mostly fine. Wewak, partly cloudy with possible few showers and thunderstorm. And Vanimo, cloudy with some rain showers. In the New Guinea Islands region, Lorengau, partly cloudy. KVN, cloudy with some rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Kokopo and Rabaul, mostly cloudy with chances of few showers and possible thunderstorm. Kimbe, mostly fine, and Buka, cloudy with chances of few showers and drizzles. And in the Highlands region, Mount Hagen City, partly cloudy with some rain showers. Goroka, Buns and Kundiawa, cloudy with some rain showers. And Mendi, Tari and Wabek, cloudy with some rain showers and possible thunderstorm.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
And that wraps up the news, sports and weather for Tuesday, the 10th of September 2024. From all of us here, pleasant viewing and good night.
This news program was proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Gold Nuggets.
It's Smile O'Clock.
It's Smile O'Clock. Gotta brush our teeth. Time o'clock.